I used to have a love-hate relationship planning for my business in the new year. I love the idea of having a fresh slate, being able to basically clean things up, get reorganized, but I hated when I was planning for the next year, looking back at what I didn't accomplish that previous year. I looked at the goals I had set at the beginning of the year and they were nowhere near met, and I felt like a failure. I also saw the things that I had laid out that I wanted to complete. I basically abandoned in the first 3 months of the year. And that made me think, why am I wasting my time planning my year when I never get done what I want to get done and I don't hit the goals that I want to set anyways? That was until I made a really big shift that changed the way that I started planning for my business at the end of every single year. And it really helped me go from listing all of these great ideas I was so excited about and figure out how to plug them in throughout the next year to actually knowing what I needed to focus on to hit the real goals that I needed to have. Because we can get wrapped up in being motivated and inspired for a new year and set these pie in the sky goals. But if you don't know how you're going to back up those goals, by the end of the next year, you're just going to look at them and feel like a failure again. So I want to share with you this big shift that I did when it came to planning my business and how it minimized the amount of projects that I needed to work on. It ended up eliminating the amount of work and work hours I needed to do to hit my goals and actually start hitting my goals and knowing how to do that. When I say I'm not a numbers person, I mean, I just don't like looking at numbers. I'm a big picture. I'm a creative. I'm an imagination person. And so when I hear business metrics or when I hear key performance indicators, it just is like, no, boring. But if I really dove into it, it was probably because one, I didn't know where to find specific business metrics or what they meant and how to use them to my advantage in my business. When I realized these numbers would literally give me the path to what I needed to do the following year to eliminate less work, make sure I'm not working on pointless projects and launches, and get my business moving forward, that's when I started taking these metrics serious. And some of the main ones that will really make a difference is knowing how much traffic you're getting to your site or your landing page or your sales page or your webinar registration page. You're also going to need to know your conversion rate. So here's the thing that a lot of people do is they will launch, and guilty as charged, you will launch and you will not hit the goals of the sales that you wanted, and you just assumed the launch was a complete and total fail. But in reality, if you took a minute and you looked at how much traffic did you get to your sales page, how many sales did you get, what was that actual conversion rate? And when I did that, I realized that my conversion rates were fantastic. I didn't need to do a different launch. I didn't need to create a new webinar. I didn't need to do another sales page. I didn't get enough people to that page to make the sales that I wanted. And so instead, what I was doing, I was just scrapping that all, thought it didn't work, and gave myself more work to create a challenge. And if you've ever done a challenge, you know how much more work a challenge is. But if I would have just taken the time to look at my metrics, my business numbers, I would have realized I could do that webinar again with a few small tweaks and make it better. And work on just getting traffic. I didn't need to do a whole new launch. I just needed to work on getting more traffic to that page. Instead of starting from scratch for every new idea, I could use the insights to focus on what actually is going to make a difference. Let me know if we're on the same page here. Would you like to do less launches but have bigger success on those launches? Click the like button if we're on the same page here. That's why in this past year, I've not really done a whole lot of launches. I did a paid workshop 11 times between the end of 2023 and 2024. Same workshop, same sales page. We just worked on getting more traffic to the sign up. We worked on the pitch at the end. And I did that for 7 months, making it better. And then things shift. The online business world changes and paid workshops just weren't working the way they used to. So then I did a webinar. And what did I do after I finished that webinar? I turned it on evergreen to continue to test and study those numbers so I didn't have to do more work. right? And then I made a major pivot in July, and that's a story for another video. I made a major pivot in July, and I changed the way that I changed my messaging, I changed the way I structure my program, and I had my most profitable month of the year in July. And when I saw that, I could understand why. The numbers told me, here was the open rates, here were the sales page traffic. I got more people to the sales page than I did with my launch. I knew the messaging was working. I needed to now double down on that messaging and keep the sales page. Knowing this and not trying to do all the different launches and all the different things that you see people doing, from virtual summits to virtual conferences to in-person retreats to challenges to bundles to all the different options out there, and to avoid from coming up with more products. Okay, this one's not selling, I don't think. I need to come up with a low ticket offer. I need to come up with a course. I need a high ticket. I need another low ticket. You are just spinning your wheels on things that you don't even know if they're going to work. But if you pause and you plan at the end of the year, looking at numbers of your course sales, of your landing page traffic, of your sales page conversion rates, that's gonna help you make better decisions going into a new year. That's going to eliminate the amount of new things you're gonna need to create. It's also going to eliminate the amount of projects you're going to need to do, and it's going to give you a clear idea of the one or two things that you need to focus on in the new year that is going to make the biggest difference in your business. That brings up a question. I'm wondering, when you're planning for your new year, do you ever go back and look at your sales page conversions or traffic to your sales page when you launched? Let me know yes or no below. And what are you looking at? And how are you choosing your goals when you're planning for the new year in your business? Just let's have that chat in the comments. When I say this has completely changed, not only my business, but my life, I'm serious. This year, not only did I take 2 weeks off for a vacation, I did 2 weeks in Europe as well. I'm taking time to go to a concert here in November, and then following Thanksgiving break, and my team is taking off the end of the year, plus all the other Fridays off that I had throughout the year. I took most of every single Friday off. The reason why I'm able to do that is because I'm not filling my schedule with busy work. I know the few things that I need to do and make better and analyze to have the biggest difference in my business. Imagine what it would be like to go into 2025 where every project that you put on your calendar and every task you put on your to-do list aligns with your biggest goals you have for your business without adding all the unnecessary busy work. I'm gonna be hosting my 3rd annual CEO Day, and this is the exact process I go through live with the attendees. Not only are we going to go through this past year, 2024, I'm gonna walk you through some exercises of what numbers to look at, where to find them, bring them to the CEO Day workshop, and we're gonna analyze them. We're gonna determine what is actually working in your business and what is not. This is gonna help you then determine what projects you're gonna focus on. You're gonna figure out how it all fits in your calendar to hit the goals that you wanna hit next year. At the end of your CEO planning day with me, you'll realize what projects you will be focusing on in 2025 that will actually move the needle in your business, and you won't just be doing busy work because you think that's what you need to do. I know what it feels like to be stressed out, to be overwhelmed, to almost have fog in figuring out where to go next, what to do next. And I've gotten really good the last 2 years hosting the CEO Day, helping attendees get clarity, get focused to know exactly what they need to do based on data, not just thinking or imagining or hoping they can do this in their business. They get it done because they know the numbers and they know what they need to focus on because of the numbers. This sounds like something you need for 2025 so you can stop spending so much time working in your business and start enjoying life outside of your business. Go to trenalittle.com/CEO to get a ticket for this live planning day. If you're ready to start 2025 strong and also build out your first 90 days of 2025 in detail, grab a ticket and I will see you there on December 11th.